regulation is seen as one of the biggest hurdles that we've got to cross to get urban air mobility really going. Now, Anthony DiNota is from Oliver Wyman. Anthony, you've been running a session here. Tell us about the challenge of that regulation and how we're going to get over it.
Yeah, thank you, Alan. So there was a session we just concluded with regulators from the UK, CAA, as well as the FAA, and a couple of gentlemen with air traffic control experience. Obviously, the regulation of the airspace is of paramount importance to keep the airspace safe, to continue to have an airspace that is very reliable and predictable in moving passengers all around the world. Of course, we would like to incorporate the use of unmanned aerial aircraft and drones and deploy urban air mobility and many of the other concepts into that space. And the discussions today really focus more around how do we create or adjust regulations to allow for those aircraft to participate in the airspace in a safe and efficient manner.
Well, if we listen to people like Eurocontrol, for example, they will tell you that already that airspace is too crowded, that we're having to shift flight patterns all round, particularly in peak periods. Suddenly introducing thousands more aircraft into that thing is going to be a real challenge. So is it a technology in airspace management, or is it something different?
Yeah, I think there has to be a step change in technology as well. I think that you would agree that a lot of the air traffic control networks that we rely on today are 1940s, 1950s technology that require quite a bit of human interaction, and as we move on to next gen and other future airspace control technologies, that will allow for more users to be within the airspace. And then, of course, there's opportunities to create subsectors of the airspace that would allow for vehicle-to-vehicle deconfliction and vehicle-to-vehicle contact that would perhaps eliminate the need for contact with a human.
So do we see a future really for sort of almost unmanned airspace control and dealing with so it's computer-driven rather than human?
Well, I think in theory that could be the case, where you had certain parameters that were established within the flight guidance system of these vehicles, and certain control laws that would allow them to understand what is and is not allowable, and if they were certified and proven to be 100% accurate in those in compliance with those control laws, that could very well be a future vision that becomes a reality.
So Oliver Wyman has got fingers in all of the pies right across the whole of the aviation aerospace industries. How seriously do you think we should be taking urban air mobility? Is it really going to happen?
Yeah. No, it's a great question. Look, if you look back to, so here we're at Farnborough Airport, which is the birthplace of British aviation 100 years plus ago. And it took us 100 plus years to go from the very early days here at Farnborough, where they were using balloons as a trial flight, to a very sophisticated, globally deployed air transportation network. 100 plus years. I don't think that it's going to take 100 years to incorporate and get the vision of incorporating unmanned aircraft into that airspace and utilize them, but I do think it's coming, Alan. And I think that that it's something that we would start to see in the next few years. I think to see it scale in the next 10 years. But we look over the horizon as well and try to plan for the future with our clients. And so this is obviously a technology and a market space that is going to be a very important one in the future.
Anthony, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.